It would be great if people like Ukrainians who are working here, integrating actively and contributing something to the country, could have their work permits automatically extended.
Ina Feshenko is among the estimated 3,000 Ukrainians in Canada that have renewed their open work permits for another 2 years after fleeing Ukraine following the Russian invasion in February 2022. She evacuated Kyiv, went to Poland for a few months, and then came to Montreal in August of that year with her husband Vitaly and her daughter Maria. Within the first year of the war, around 300,000 Ukrainians fled to Canada and were welcomed on 3-year emergency visas.
The Canadian government opened their doors and kind of just let everybody come in because the bombs were flying. Now for the renewal period, what they're asking is for people to apply for the renewal.
Tens of thousands of Ukrainians now face an uncertain future as their work permits come closer to expiring, and the deadline to apply for an extension is on March 31st.
So lots of Ukrainians, they don't have where to go back in Ukraine. Their houses could be bombed and etc. And if they are doing their best here, it would be great to extend their work permits.
Michael Shwec, president of the Quebec Provincial Council at the Ukrainian-Canadian Congress, says most of the visas are expiring in July, and he's worried that those affected may only become more aware about it once the deadline passes.
We were exploring with the federal government, is there a possibility for an automatic renewal? And the answer was no, and we kind of understand that. So probably what we're looking for from the federal government is an extension of that deadline, that March 31st deadline, push it out by 4 or 6 months.
In a statement to City News, Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada could not comment on future policy decisions, but said Canada remains committed to supporting the people of Ukraine and their families as the war continues by providing a temporary safe haven. All clients in Canada must apply to extend their status, ideally before the expiry date of their current visitor record, work or study permit. If a temporary resident has lost their status or let their authorization to work or study expire, they may apply to restore their temporary resident status. We continue to evaluate how our immigration programs can best support individuals fleeing the war in Ukraine.
I'm doing the best. But at the same time, I'm feeling that I'm missing so much my parents.
They already have their plate full of worries and anxiety. If we can just help them from a Canadian point of view.
In Montreal, Alyssia Rubertucci, City News.